Hi everyone, welcome to Meet the Characters. We're here today with Natalie, who's going to be talking about her character for Theros Legends of the Underworld. I'm Emma, I'm DMing the campaign, but I'm really excited to talk to Natalie about Myrryn. Natalie, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Myrryn?
Yes, so Myrryn Avanath, she is a triton paladin. She is a little bit fish out of water because who doesn't want to make that gag with a triton? So she grew up in a family who were all kind of paladins, all protectors of their local temple, and in her culture, I'm making up my own lore because I can't. No one stopped me so far. There's this folktale that about the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter, or the seventh child of a seventh child within a family, is supposed to be destined for great things. It's supposed to be somehow magical, wonderful, supernatural in some way. Yes, I have completely just ripped that from Terry Pratchett's sorcery. Don't care.
Keep our secrets.
Yeah. But I figured 7 because 7 seas, although actually in this world there probably aren't 7 seas, so I've just completely ruined it.
I think it's just 1 sea around all of Theros, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Anyway, she's not the 7th child. Because that would be too easy. She was the 8th child, but she was born a twin. Her older twin sister was the 7th child, but sadly did not make it through childbirth. So Myrryn, born 8th, but her family has since paraded her around as this special 7th child of 7th child, when she, in her soul, is like, but I'm not. I'm no one. Why? And there's lots of existential crises. And she has...
Yeah, so we're creating Angst Paladin, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm looking forward to creating Angst Paladin, and we're looking at Hero Forge at the moment, who kindly sponsor us. And we're gonna get started on the character maker. Now, Myrryn is a triton. I'm gonna search for triton, although they're called aquatic humanoids.
Yes.
Now, would you like to start with the male build or the female build? The male build, what I love is has this emo hair flick, which really suits Myrryn, but I presume you want to start with the female build.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. I also adore the little fins.
They're so cute, right?
They are so cute. We'll go on to head. So, I don't know why it keeps going on to horns for me. So softness is kind of just how sort of round the face is. But are there any particular faces that you like or would prefer to pick than the one it's chosen for you?
I mean, I think that one's quite nice. I think she does have that slight... she's still pretty young. Like, she's kind of late teens, early 20s. So she still does have that kind of youthful, wide-eyedness
fresh-faced
about her. Yeah.
Do you want her to be any kind of more defined, or are we sticking with still quite like baby fat?
Yeah. I like that. We'll go with that.
Cool. Expression. What do we think Myrryn's face is saying? Is she cocky? Is she angry? Is she just confused?
Doesn't have any teeth. That's slightly terrifying.
I mean, confused and arg is also quite worrying. So there you go.
I think confused, but like a positive confused, like
confused with a smile.
Okay, but we're going with this, I guess.
Are we happy here?
Oh, that's quite fun.
She's really cute. It has given you the fin ears. We can have different ears if you like, but I really like these.
I like them.
We shall keep them. We shall stick with the fin ears. Hair.
I can just imagine them like underwater, just being like
flipping around. So cute. What are you thinking in terms of her hair? Is there like a way that tritons, as you see them, wear their hair, or has she gone against that? Has she shorn it all off? Where is she at?
I think I'm envisioning like practical because she's raised in a warrior caste, right? So still back, but I like the idea of this kind of big mohawky but plait kind of feel. Like maybe it could be tentacles, I don't know, or maybe it's hair. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
This is very nice. I like this a lot. I'm assuming that she does not have a beard.
No.
We will leave the beard alone.
Not at the moment. Who knows?
Maybe she'll grow one. Eyebrows. You can have plain eyebrows. You can have bushy eyebrows. You can have a scar. You can have piercings. You can have scaly brow ridges, which are also quite cute with the Triton look. Or you can have a monobrow. Or you could just have no eyebrows whatsoever.
I don't know. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, merfolk, traditionally, obviously, painted as beautiful, lots of big hair and that kind of thing. I do quite like the idea of, like, them being pure fish. It's like no eyebrows, but then she does have hair, so... Can I have a look at the chunky ones again, the second ones?
These ones. Bushy.
I quite like them.
Bushy are quite cute. I also quite like that, although obviously they're meant to be hair, they do actually look quite scaly, which is nice.
Yeah, they kind of reflect the ears as well.
Yeah. Cool. So we're sticking with the bushy eyebrows.
Yeah.
Great. Eyes, I'm assuming you're sticking with human eyes rather than robotic or alien.
Yes.
Teeth. So at the moment you have sharp teeth, which you can't see, but they're in there.
Cool.
Do you want any different teeth?
So I've never played a Triton before. Are they supposed to have any particular type of teeth? Like, if she had sharp teeth, would that be a race feature, or would that be an active choice that she'd sharpened them?
I think they do have sharp teeth because they're supposed to be kind of fish. But
let's go with that then.
Cool. And you don't have any horns.
No.
Cool. So we'll move on to body. Now, torso. You could have a sort of lizard-like torso if you wanted to go really scaly, which is quite cute.
It's quite cool. I do quite like that.
Which I think is quite nice. Or you can stick with the human. What do you think?
I think let's lean into the amphibian.
Yeah, I think what I really like are these kind of elbow things.
Yeah.
But we'll see if it gets covered with clothes later. But we'll know it's there. What was the other one I was looking at? Frog-like, which is little froggy hands. I don't know if you can see those, but so
see if her fingers were splayed, you could see the web, maybe. But I do quite like the
lizards,
the lizardy. Yeah, I think I prefer that.
We'll stick with that. And legs, again, it's giving you human-y legs, but there are also lizardy legs or froggy, webby legs.
Froggy legs.
So
I think that it doesn't matter because I think she's going to be wearing boots.
Let's put the human legs on then so that you can wear boots. Measurements, here we go. Is Myrryn quite tall or is she quite short?
No, she is quite short. She's about 5 foot.
Let's move this down to 5.
She's little.
Does she have a big head compared to her body? Or is her head normal size? Does she have a massive head?
Oh, that's terrifying. I think she has a normal size head relative to her body.
Let's leave her head down there. Weight is what you'd expect. Just adds kind of, where do you think she sits on this scale?
I think slightly more towards the middle because she's, as she's short, she is a fighter and she's got to be a strong fighter, so she's got to be stocky and muscular.
Yeah, so we'll leave it there. Posture basically just raises the head back, or
the hunch.
Angry teenager. Where are we thinking? Is she quite proud?
I think she's a little bit more. I wouldn't say. Well, yeah, they're supposed to be quite a proud race, but it's more of a wide-eyed. Like, I don't want to go too Disney princess with her, but there is that kind of like, this is my first time on the dry land. I mean, it won't be, by the time we play the game. But I think she needs to have that kind of
take him on the way of the world,
more open vibe to her. And also she's short, right? So
yeah,
there's a lot of tall people around.
Build is basically the size of your shoulders. So given that she's a bit of a fighter, do you want slightly wider shoulders?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we think maybe here before it starts to look a bit ridiculous?
Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
I think that's probably about right. Upper scale is basically the size of your torso in relation to the rest of your body. So you can slightly upscale her torso in relation to her legs. What do you think?
No, that looks strange. That looks like she's missed leg day.
Back down. Muscularity, you probably want to add some here because obviously she is hench.
Give her a little bit more.
How hench? This hench. Ooh. 2 hench.
I quite like. Can you give her a twirl around?
I can.
See, that doesn't look too hench to me. I feel like the slider could go much further. I think that's right for her. I think that's right for her. But I think if you were going to go muscles, like if you really wanted muscle character,
you could have more muscles. Are we thinking this muscles? Is this muscles right for you? I put it up slightly more.
Maybe tiny bit less where it was before.
I'm looking at the triceps there, just poking out. What do you think there?
Yeah.
She's definitely been working out. Bust is bust size, so you could be slightly more or slightly less, depending on what you think.
I think a tiny bit lower from where it is now.
There.
Yeah. Perfect. Especially with like the idea that she's a fish, right?
Yeah. Do you want it even lower? I can take it down more. To kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. I always find it slightly weird when people stick breasts on
fish
creatures that are not mammals.
Yeah. So waist is just the size of the waist. So where do you think this one falls?
A tiny bit to the right. Bit more. Yeah, we'll go with that.
And then belly does the same thing for belly. So do you want to add more there?
No, I think we're all right.
Cool. Curves is hips, so you can have slightly wider hips or not.
I think they're all right where they are.
Cool.
To be edge.
And then booty is as stated. Literally just pushes that out. What do we think?
I mean, where was it before? It was a bit further down than that, wasn't it? Or was that where it was?
Somewhere around here. It was quite high up.
Yeah, I think that's all right. She can have booty.
She looks well built. She looks like she could carry people around.
Yeah.
She does not have wings or a tail, and additionally is like shells, so she doesn't have a turtle shell. I'm assuming.
No.
Do you want her to have a helmet?
Yes. Yes. The one actually, it was at the top, I think. There's one that's like the Amazonia, was it the Warriors one? Basically, it's the one that's supposed to be Wonder Woman's. I think it's that one.
I mean, that looks pretty Wonder Woman to me. Also, you can still see her hair, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Awesome. We'll do chest first, then go back to shoulders. What were you thinking in terms of like armor?
So I have previously had a little look on here, and they do have obviously like the sea folk outfit, and it's just like a rag of seaweed, and I'm like, well, no, she's got to have actual armor. So again, I think there's one that's a bit more like Greek Amazon-y, Wonder Woman-y.
Do you know
it's not
what
that
it was
one
called?
It would be really clever of me if I'd have written it down.
No, that's all right. Don't worry. I can find something. No, that's very Egyptianate. That was just one.
Oh, okay. So there's the one that's down that one there, but I think I changed my mind from that because it is a bit booby.
There's a lot of boob going on.
It might be a bit further down. It was definitely in the armor section.
Sports bra. No.
Right, so it wasn't those ones. Ah, there you go. That one. Ornate.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
It does cover up her little shoulder.
You can still see them on the
you can see
side there.
them. That's enough.
Do you want pauldrons?
Yes, I do want to go sea folk with the shell pauldrons.
There are shell pauldrons?
There are shell pauldrons.
Yes. Do you want them on both sides, or do you just want them on one side?
I will go both sides.
Cool. That is very cute. Yes. This is the content we like to see. Do you want gloves?
Maybe some kind of wrist wraps?
Oh, no, that's hand wraps.
Although actually, she does have her... I don't want them to get in the way with her fins.
Yeah, it's a bit... Should we leave They seem to have sort of...
too bad.
They seem to have sort of like gone around the fins, although it does look like they're kind of cutting through. So, that's a hand wrap that's not interacting with the fins.
Okay, without that.
Yeah, should we go without hand wraps?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything on the wrist is going to interact badly with the fins, I think. So, legs. What are we thinking? Let's get away from the loincloth.
Well, not loincloths, but we want to stick with that kind of ancient Greek kind of vibe,
Feel.
right? Because that's the world.
That is the world. Warrior princess skirt.
Yeah.
Soldier's waist wrap.
That's also pretty good.
Dragon knight leg armor.
That is quite cool with the scales.
I like the scales quite a lot. What, any of these particularly taking your fancy? I mean, you could have a bathrobe, so...
I mean, that's a good question. Would a triton use a bathrobe?
I mean, presumably the entire world is your
natural habitat.
So...
Oh, the aquatic wrap. That's got a little shell on it.
It has a little shell, and it looks like seaweed, which is adorable.
I like that. I mean, she's got upper body armor. She doesn't need lower body armor. She can have both.
It's a fantasy world. The aquatic wrap could be made out of metal seaweed.
It could.
Should we stick with the aquatic wrap? It is very cute.
I like that.
Yeah. Amazing. Boots.
Yeah, because I figure that actually walking barefoot on land for her would actually be pretty painful, so I imagine she would have got some boots pretty quickly.
What are we thinking? I mean, it's ancient Greece, so it's probably something a bit more, maybe wrappy.
Oh, they're a bit ugly, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Sandals? No. Weird.
Have they got anything a bit more gladiator sandal?
Oh, possibly.
No. I mean, they're not too bad. I just realised, I can't see myself on my screen because I've got you very small, and I'm just I'm spending all this time going at the camera, so that's going to be really good content.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm just staring at Hero Forge eagerly. What are these? Rope sandals. Oh, there we go. Spiked shin guards.
Oh, they're quite cool.
They
I quite like them.
Have little gaps for your fins to come out, which is cute.
And they have a bit of a cobbled together kind of feel to them, which I quite like.
It feels like you walked out of the sea, saw some planks, and then tied them to your legs, which is really cute.
Again, it's the Little Mermaid, but just a bit more practical and fighty.
Look at this stuff. I shall tie it to my legs. I assume no masks, because that would be weird. Let's go for gear. What is Myrryn carrying with her?
Okay, so she definitely has to have a triton. A trident, sorry.
A trident now. Interesting. Where would a trident be? Probably in pole arms. Ah,
there we go.
Right, there are a couple of... There's two trident options, so you can have a double-bladed trident, or you can have a single-bladed trident. Which one?
Single-bladed, because she's got to have a shield.
Oh, well, that one, I don't think that's just a trident on both sides.
Yeah, I know, but a double-bladed weapon, really, you want to be wielding that with two hands.
Shame, it's cute.
It is.
So we'll
it looks nicer, actually, doesn't it?
I mean, you can have that one, and we can just,
just pretend.
Just not think about the fact that it should be two-handed.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
And then a shield. Now, I know there was one that you had your eye on, wasn't there?
So, yeah. So in the game world, Myrryn fights with a big crab claw as her shield,
which is amazing.
Which that was one of the things I was like, as soon as I knew I could have it, I was like, yes, well, I can have nothing else. So I did have a look at the shell shield, which kind of works, or I think there was one a little bit further up that's more of an elven one that I think just has like the plate. It was just there. That one.
This one?
The top one.
This one?
Not the elven leaf. It's just kind of got that kind of layered vibe to it that feels like that kind of shape.
It's very pretty.
So it's not quite a crab claw, but
it's still kind of looks like a crab. Do you want to be carrying anything else with you, or is that plenty of gear?
I think that's probably enough gear.
Cool. In that case, we'll move on to posing. We'll start off with one of the ones they have. Is there anything that kind of strikes your eye?
Okay, so definitely one where she's kind of dynamic in battle. Maybe shield forward instead of trident forward.
Oh, no, that did not do what I anticipated. We can always change this around in the posing.
Oh, so that's flipped her to be... I suppose, I don't know, I've never thought about whether she's left-handed or right-handed. I don't think it matters. I mean, that's always a solid option.
They're in on a bad day. Shall we start here, and I will see what we can do in the advanced poser.
Okay.
So, left arm. Bend. Aha.
Ah.
Bring the elbow in a tiny bit. Okay.
Cool.
Let's just...
It's possibly a bit too close.
Yeah, that is definitely too close. You don't want it to obscure. And do you want the trident up, or would you prefer it to be slightly down?
I think, yeah, kind of down and ready. Okay. As if she's about to do a thrust with it. Kind of thing.
Okay. Let's try tilting that. How does that look? Something off about that shoulder. Ooh. That's definitely wrong.
Her shell's just like flopped forward. Ooh.
Hang on. Let's... Yes, I know. Hang on. Is that a bit better to start with?
I mean, that's kind of closer, yeah. If she was maybe looking over her left shoulder instead of her right, it would probably be...
We can do that.
That's slightly creepy.
So... Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there was a pose that was kind of slightly more...
Which one are you thinking of?
Is it maybe to write them down? Or that one?
I mean, that's definitely
maybe
a lot more shield forward. So, is there anything about that you want to change?
Is it possible to angle the trident in a little bit more so it's actually facing more the direction that she is facing?
Like this.
I mean, even that's better, yeah. It just looks a bit more like she's ready to fight with it rather than just holding it out. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
Like so. Now she's all facing in one direction. Hooray.
Action, Myrryn.
Very, very action. Also, someone stood behind her is definitely going to get poked in the eye.
Yeah. Just why double-ended weapons are just not as cool as they look.
I mean, unless you definitely want to poke the thing behind you in the eye. But shall we start with... So this is the cool part. This is where we get to add the colour.
Exciting!
Shall we start with her skin? So, the aquatic tones are down here, but there are all of these other colours too. And obviously we can pull colours from the other bits. It's not like you can only colour the skin, things that they've put in skin colours. Are there any of the aquatic ones that kind of take your fancy? I can pick them and we can try them on so you can see what she would look like.
I mean, I definitely want to start by looking at that bright blue.
This one?
The fish hide one, yeah.
So on her, you can choose, like, obviously there are different bits of her skin. So you can choose, like, so that could potentially be like this bit, and then we could put the paler blue in the middle and on her face, if you liked that. Or she can be bright blue on her face if you really...
I mean, the shadows look very odd with that.
I think the paler blue, or this slightly turquoisey green if you preferred that tonally.
Actually, I prefer the green on her face, yeah. That's nice. So maybe like that green for the majority, and then maybe we'll get like a funky colour for her little shoulder blubs.
Yeah, so
if you can see them just about.
Do you want all the accents to be that colour as well, or do you want a different? Because I could do the like slightly deeper green for the accent bits too. What do you think?
I think I'm struggling to tell the difference. That makes it easier. No, I like the paler one, the aquatic. Yeah.
So, and then, if you wanted that's the deep blue in the scales, which looks really nice. So I'll just pull back out. Obviously, she has slightly scalier hands as well. Do you have thoughts? What do you think about her fins? Do you think maybe the deeper blue here? It's not quite as punchy.
Yeah, keep it with the blue on there. And then her hands...
in the paler, it's maybe less...
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's like maybe a similar but... What does that swampy one look like? I'm not sure it goes very well.
Or we could go for something a bit... No, that's definitely not right.
But I like that kind of thought of maybe it is a slightly earthier or creamier.
I mean, potentially if we go into the potential for a slight
that's not too bad.
There. I mean, that's a slightly deeper if you wanted a deeper colour. Or there's up here in Spirits, there's this woodland kind of whitey.
I quite like that, you know.
Let's pop that in for now. We can always come back and revisit it. I'm just going to do her ears because they have not. How do you feel about her ear tips being a slightly different colour?
The blue tips. Yeah. And the same on her. Are they? And they're not showing on our legs, are they?
I think they are.
Oh no, they are because of the straps. I mean, barely, but yeah.
There we go.
Sweet.
I think that's done the other one. Couldn't quite get in to see that. There we go. Feels like it. And her feet. As we get nitpicky. Oh no, that's just her legs.
Well, same colour then. Oh, you can do her toenails separately, but not like the bottom of her foot.
Yeah, it's not gonna let me choose it. Come on. Never mind. There we go. We'll fill that in later. Cool. Let's do eyes next because it starts to get a bit unnerving until you do them. Okay. There are all these different ones. There are specific aquatic ones which have the funky iris. There are more kind of humanoid ones. Do you have a thought on where this sits for Myrryn?
Can we try this, like the grey ones?
Yeah,
maybe.
So that's what that would look like.
Okay. And what does the yellow look like?
This really one weird? Or this one?
The sand.
That looks like that. That's quite cute.
Might just be my screen. I really should be wearing my glasses for this, but she looks a little bit derpy.
I don't think we're allowed to say derpy anymore, but
oh, sorry.
That's all right. Maybe. Oh, that's quite intense.
I think I prefer the white. Having looked at all the options,
it's important to assess all of the options. There we go. That is very nice. Do you want to have a look at her hair colour?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this yet. I've not decided.
So there are all of these natural colours. There are also the coloured colours. Do you...
I like the fact that they blend.
Yeah.
What's that one that's kind of in the middle that's like bluey and purpley?
This one?
Yeah. Oh. See if that was darker. Maybe the one to the right of it. Oh, that's very bright. The one to the right of that? That's quite cool.
Kind of purpley. It goes nicely with the sort of turquoises I've put in.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. Let's do her trident. Her crown while we're here. Do you have thoughts? I've gone into the metalled screen. Do you have thoughts on what kind of colour this crown is?
So not like bright shiny gold, like that kind of
sort of more old gold,
well, maybe like a bronzed leathery type of
maybe this
colour. Oh, maybe.
Or there's slightly maybe this one.
Let's have a look.
So those are.
It's not too bad. It's a little bit rose gold, I think, for my liking. I think maybe more of a brown, like a bronzy.
Bronze. So maybe this one. That's gonna be super orange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Too orange.
Too orange, I think.
What about rusting titan? It's not really any different.
What were the options in the dark category? Some of these names are hilarious.
That's the sort of red, which is quite nice.
I do quite like that. She's becoming very multicolored at this point.
This is a slightly more neutral.
Okay. So that's probably more of the akin to what I was after, I think.
Yeah. This is System of a Brown. This is called. That's a grayer and that's a browner. I think the grey is nicer.
Yeah, I think so.
Should we stick with that one?
Yes.
Grand. Her eyebrows, do you want them to be the same kind of purpley colour?
Yes, please.
Amazing.
Chunky purple eyebrows.
Right. Where are we now? These shells. What colour are these shells?
Right, well, can we do the armour first?
Yeah,
because I reckon the armour should be the same as the headband, and then maybe we get a little bit more sea creature colour going on in the shells.
Do you want some different accents in here? Because all of these pieces can be different. So we could potentially do like a different colour in the lines and then have the deep brown throughout all of the...
That sounds like a good idea, yeah.
Solid pieces. I'll fill it in and then we can take a look.
This is gonna be so cool.
So it'll be those bits. Right. Let's see. If I go back into metals, maybe something. What do you think to that?
That's quite nice. Yeah, it's still on the subtle end of things, but
I think because there's only a little bit of it, it's not too much. Is it too much on these bits?
It seems to be a slightly different colour. Maybe it's just catching the light differently.
Yeah, it won't be too shiny when it comes because it'll be slightly different. But do you want a different colour there? Because we could go into like the leathers. That's gone quite gold as well.
Yeah.
I'll just chuck it in. And in her incredible 6-pack down here. What's going on down there? That needs to be laid to chest.
Amazing.
Which is appropriate for this.
Fantastic naming.
Oh, I can't believe this doesn't just autofill this colour. There we go. Perfect. That is very pretty, and we'll find something different to go in the shoulder bits.
Similar shade, but just a bit more muted.
How about that?
Oh, that works. Yeah.
And up here as well. That's, very nice.
Good spot.
What do we think for the seaweed skirt? Are we thinking similar themes, or do you want to bring some greens in?
I think we should bring some greens in, but maybe that cloth bit is the same as the armour.
Yeah.
And then we've got like a similar brown, maybe a tiny bit lighter for the rope.
So I've got these
Yeah.
So if I pop these on, and then if we look at greens for the rest of it, maybe greens and some oranges.
Well, where you've got that brown, why don't you pop it on the boots?
Sure. All of the boots. Which bits are you thinking? Because again, we can do all of this bits individually. I think definitely the wood.
Yeah, definitely the wood. I don't know if the lighter brown that you've used on the pauldrons, if you pop that on the rope, maybe. Yeah, just as a bit of variance, and then maybe a silvery metal on the spikes.
Do you want a silvery metal? Do you want me to pop this gold back in just so that we're not kind of...
we can have a look.
Going too many different colours.
Got to match, darling, haven't we?
This is for the wood bits. This is for the strappy bits. And this is for the spiky bits, so that you can kick people with your shoes, which is obviously a very important functional aspect of shoes.
Exactly.
Right, I'm gonna find some greens. We can have some fun with the skirt. There are plant greens. There are cloth greens. What do you think?
Let's have a look at the plant ones. Surely.
So there are these leaf greens, and there are stalk greens, and there are also some oranges, which, you know, seaweed can be many different colours.
Multi-tonal. I like the look of the dark leaf green.
This one. Pop in a few.
Okay, so that bit is a bit more corally, isn't it? I'm wondering if the majority of it is like the darker green, and then maybe we get a slightly more corally colour just as a pop for that.
Sure.
The corally bits and the shell at the front.
I'm just going to put a couple of different tones of green in, so it's not all one. Too much. So, and then which colour were you thinking for this bit here? Do you want?
So, have we got anything that's a bit more?
So there are some.
Not like a bright orange, but like a coral.
There are some. There's a sort of pinky.
That's quite cool. Let me have a look at that spun around. Yeah. And then the same on the shell.
Also here. And do you want that to echo through onto these shells, or do you want something a bit brighter?
I have just realised she's got a bright pink clam just right there. But I'm going with it.
we you know, we've made choices. I like our choices.
She is an innocent religious woman. Yeah, and so maybe use a similar tone to that on the shells on her shoulders.
Yeah. So this is the right pink.
Oh, that does look quite vivid, doesn't it? That's better.
Down. Whoop. Nope, that was the wrong. And then, no, why are you doing this to me? And then, what I'm trying to do is put something a bit brighter. Nope, that just looks wrong. Thought it would look cool, just looks wrong. I have accidentally made this paler. Do you want me to go back to the original colour?
You know what? I don't hate it. I think it's a bit more muted. I think it blends. Although it looks brighter on the shoulders than it does on the skirt, doesn't it?
It definitely is all the same colour because I have changed it all in this colour over here.
Yeah.
So it definitely is all the same. It's just where the kind of light is hitting it in the mini maker.
Yeah.
What do you want to do about the little spikes? Do you want them the same colour or do you want them a different colour?
I think they'd look better a different colour, but I'm now backtracking on my idea of them being pink. I'm wondering if they need to maybe be the same colour as her hands, and maybe the spikes can be pink.
Ooh, okay. Yes.
I think that would blend better.
Why did that? So. Yes.
I think that blends better.
Very nice. Why extra spikes? Bonus spikes. So, fix the bonus spikes around the back. That's the base of that sandal, which is not done. So, now it is done. Just the shield and the trident left. And what were you thinking in terms of the colours for these?
Okay, so crab claw is going to be crab coloured, right?
Yes, so.
I mean, she's definitely not doing any camouflage missions anytime soon, but I like it.
Shall I put the bone in the back?
Yes. Oh, that's pretty.
That is
I like it.
A very pretty shield. You shall be the envy of everyone. And then for this trident, I presume, yeah, there you go. So you can put a different colour in the ends, and then also apparently in spirals. So what kind of metal is this? Because we've got these kind of colours, so you could have a kind of quite bold.
See, I quite like the bronzy, but I'm not too keen on the yellowy.
Maybe.
Can we maybe have a hint of the blue on the tip?
Oh yeah. There are some metallic blues which are really.
I quite like that.
I'll just mirror that on the other side.
Definitely using every colour possible.
We've got quite a concise colour palette. It's not too bad. What do you think for the handle? Would it be metal or would it be would it be wood?
Would it look ridiculous and too many colours if it was like a seaweed wrap around?
Oh no, I love it.
Yes, if we're going with that, I think we need to change the colour of the tips, but I like that. And then maybe the darker green on the cloth bits that separate the handle from the ends, yeah.
How about... a green trident. Or we could go all out and it could be a red trident to match your shield.
Maybe. Yes.
What do you think?
Suddenly looking very Christmassy.
Maybe we'll go back to the green.
Yeah. But the red looks good with the shield, doesn't it?
The red is quite I mean, that's a slightly less
See, I prefer that. I prefer that, but maybe the grip isn't right. Maybe the cloth grip needs to change colour.
What about if we change the grip to be in kind of the sea colours? I mean, that's quite bright, but we can. Woo!
So bright, so shiny.
Just choose a couple of more muted ones.
I'm wondering if maybe it's just brown tones again.
Yeah, so if I go into so they're not the metallic. Oh no, don't do that to me. Leather. So in leather I could just something. Nope, it's not right. Nope. Why are they all so orange? What about that?
Yeah, that's looking more like it.
And then do you want the ends to have the...
Yeah.
Whoops. Just pop that brown back in. What do we think? She looks awesome.
Yeah. I'm so... Oh, I think we've got two different colours on the heads of the trident. Or is it just the
It's just how light is catching. It's definitely the same colour. Yeah.
I'm very pleased with that, though.
She looks amazing. Yeah, that is excellent.
That's so cool.
Let me save her to make sure we don't lose her. Thank you so much, Natalie, for making Myrryn with me in Hero Forge.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to see her in Legends of the Underworld.
Me too.
So yes, please join us for Legends of the Underworld, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone.